Hello, welcome. You were born to be different, okay? And I don't mean this in like a motivational woo-woo way. I'm truly just stating facts, okay? Scientifically, Ali Benazir is a mathematician, and he stated that the chance of us existing, you and I, individually, me, you, existing, is 1 in 300 trillion. Okay, I know like a lot of people have their own, like a lot of mathematicians have their own feelings, constructs, whatever, but that really took me out when I first read that because we are so ingrained and we live so, daily in our lives. It's like the same routine, the same cycle, that you don't realize that your existence is so incredibly rare, number one. And number two, your fingerprints, your DNA, unless you have a twin, your DNA is completely inherently yours, okay? No one else is going to ever be like you. No one else is ever going to think like you. No one else is ever going to have the same life as yours, okay? There are certain things that are so unique to you, and that those certain things are basically just yourself, your perceptions, your talents, your gifts, who you are. That's it, right? That's so unique to who you are. So don't tell me or don't lie to yourself saying that you want to have the same thing as this person or like you want to do exactly what this person's doing. You need to really think for yourself. Dig deep, literally isolate yourself for a little bit and think for yourself, because that's literally the only way you're going to discover, number one, what it is you want to do with your life in this current moment, and number two, are you doing those things? Are you procrastinating? Are you afraid of facing the truth and trying to, view and see your potential? Are you afraid of all that? What is the reason that you're putting so many things that you need to do off? I think so many people live in fear. I used to, right? Where it's the fear of, being a failure, the fear of disappointing your parents, the fear of so many things, right? And these fears then led us to take the wrong action, we thought differently, right? When I used to think, but my career and stuff growing up, I was always thinking about what would make me successful. I wouldn't think about my talents, my gifts, whatever that I wanted to do. I think about the path that led me to success based on what everyone else was taking. And then I thought, all right, well, this is the path. I'll be successful. I'll be great. And I did it. I did it out of fear. I didn't do it out of my potential. I didn't do it out of what I truly wanted. I did it because it was going to give me success. It was going to give me stability. It was going to give me what it is that I desired or I thought that I desired. I mean, wait, everyone wants stability and success, but I did it out of that. But now I'm really honing into my life and I'm realizing that there are certain things that I love to do, that I'm good at doing, and that I really needed to put myself out there to do. I didn't do a lot of things in my life, such as YouTube or even starting a business or honestly just thinking on my own. I never really did this before, but now I'm so honed into this where it's finally opened my eyes and I've seen this perspective of how life can be for me authentically. And I'm very happy and very content with my life. And I'm happy that I'm taking the steps that I really want to be taking. But my life and my path is not going to look the same to you or anyone else because we're on our own paths, okay? Therefore, comparison and competition does not exist. It does not exist when you are on your own path. Because when you are authentically yourself, there is no competition. Like I said, no one can ever be you. So you must discover this path. And I can't tell you, no one can tell you what to do, because if I tell you, then again, it's not authentic. You have to find out on your own. And this takes a lot of work and this takes a lot of thinking, like literally sitting down and just meditating, thinking, journaling is how you're going to discover your own path. And I think that's why so many people are unhappy, stressed, really just tired with their life nowadays. And people are just like clock in, clock out of work, clock in, clock out. That's not the life that I want, okay? I want to be very passionate about my craft and passionate about my life and what I do, make money in a way where it's great to me, but I'm also living my best life, right? That's the life that I want. And I think you do. I mean, everyone does, right? So for me, it was really about discovering my skills, my talents, changing my mindset, changing my philosophy, changing the things that I've been doing on a daily basis. And it's still like a work in progress. I think it always will be. I think that's just kind of life for all of us in general. Like, I hope to change, I don't want to be the same person I am right now 10 years, 5 years, 5 months down the line. Like, I want to evolve and grow, because one of my biggest fears in life I've always had this fear, but yeah, kind of fear. So basically when I'm really old and I'm on my deathbed, um, I look back at my life and I have regret because I wish I did something instead of the things that I did, because I'd done those, been there, done that, right? But like the things that I could have done, the life I could have lived. Like if I hadn't done YouTube, if I hadn't started that business, if I hadn't gone to this country, if I hadn't traveled here, if I hadn't talked to this person or networked or whatever it is, right? Like the things that I could have done, those were going to be my worst regrets. I always had that growing up in the back of my mind, and that kind of just overtook my mind, and I was like, I need to do things. I must take my own action. I must read certain books, and reading is so incredibly important. It literally is like when you're reading, you are rewiring your mind because your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and like what you're reading and what you're thinking. Truly, it's that simple. It's how it works, right? So you want to make sure that you're reading. You want to make sure that you're watching videos so that you're able to, if you can't communicate with anyone else around you, go on YouTube, watch these successful people, look at how they think and speak and are whatever they're doing, right? Go network on your Instagram account or LinkedIn or whatever, go network and reach out and contact to as many people as you want. I know you might be afraid of people judging you, like you might be afraid of rejection, but here's the thing, you're gonna be rejected, you're gonna be judged, all of that's gonna happen to you, but you have to take action on your own, and you must do this in order to have a life that you're happy with. I mean, happiness is a choice, and you can honestly choose to be happy at any moment in time. That's my personal opinion. But to to have a life that is easier for you to be happy. Oh, my Kindle just turned off. Actually, I'm using this for light because my light thing died out. So literally, this is what I'm using for light right now. What book am I reading? Oh, I was reading the Kybalion. Is that Kybalion? Kybalion? Anyways, I'm using that as my light, so. Anyways, yeah, so that's essentially what I really just wanted to talk about, and I actually have another video that I was in the middle of recording, re-recording. I actually kind of didn't do well the first recording, but I had this also just randomly pop up in my head, and I thought, well, I must really talk about this. And as you can see, I'm very passionate about this topic because I don't want to live the rest of my life in fear or in doubt or, kind of in this one narrative or in this one path that I was told to take or that I thought I had to take. I want to view the certain paths that I can take and choose the best one for myself because I don't want to be a victim, right? I want to consciously choose what it is that I want to do with my life. And that requires you to actually ask yourself and see what it is that you want. And something that also really helps is there are so many choices nowadays, right? Like we have access to literally the entire world. And so the harder part is choosing something. Part that is easier is actually to say what you don't want. So when you say, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want to live here, I don't want to do this, it's so much easier to then, come up with the things that you do want. It's like easier to eliminate than to add, right? In anything, your habits, your routine, the things that you want in your life. So that's basically what I was thinking about when I was planning on making this video. This is very out of the blue, but it's honestly been the truth for a very long period of time in my life. And so yeah, honestly, like you are so incredibly unique. What I am going through in my life is not going to be the same, and I hope it's not the same because there are certain things that, like, being an individual thinker and like really understanding how to think, and I have a video coming out on that based on what I've learned and just like how to think, how to do this, how to do that. But a lot of the experiences, the moments, your perceptions, your life purpose, your mission, like you're not supposed to be doing the same thing I am, right? You have certain things that are so unique to who you are. You need to play into that because those are your gifts. And I also have another video coming soon on, manifestation and like how to actually get what you want, where I really make it very simple and explain that. But yeah, this is kind of just like a little filler, but not necessarily. I think this is one of the most important videos that I've made thus far because it's very simple. Again, so many things in life I've noticed, like very life-changing things are always so simple, and we as humans tend to like overcomplicate them because we think that there's like more than what, we're trying to make it bigger and we're trying to like overthink it and make it super complicated, but it's honestly so simple. It's really about thinking for yourself. It's about not thinking out of fear, but thinking out of desire, thinking out of purpose, thinking out of what you want, and then trial and error, right? Like you have to try and you're gonna fail. Like that's the process. And I know failure, you can view it as like failing as a negative thing. I try to view it as like a stepping stone, fail, 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 but you're still like, you're improving with every failure. It's not just like a haha, you failed, you're a loser, but it's you're improving with every failure so that you're able to kind of sharpen your skill and you're able to make yourself stronger to get what you want out of life. So yeah, and one of my favorite quotes of all time is Naval Ravikant's quote, which is intelligence is getting what you want out of life. And I completely agree with that. So really be intelligent, take intelligent action, and honestly, just get what you want out of life. And what you want comes from you, all right? No one else, not society, you. What do you want? And then go for that. Okay? Bye. Love you. Also saw 11:33. So confirmation.